Hi, welcome back to C4 Cooking. I'm here with my mom learning how to cook. I'm gonna go through a simple recipe called sweet and spicy baked chicken drumsticks.
Ooh, Carson's gonna go over the recipes today. Carson is our oldest.
They saved the best for last, what can I say?
Yeah. Tell him what you need to make these
so
drumsticks.
To make these drumsticks, you're gonna need a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar.
We got the balsamic.
A cup of honey.
Ooh, we're gonna be borderline on the honey. Just a cup?
A fourth
cup.
cup.
Okay, we'll make it there.
A 1/4 cup of brown sugar.
We got our brown sugar out.
Packed. 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce.
We got our soy sauce.
3 garlic cloves minced.
Got our garlic cloves.
1 tablespoon of fresh ginger.
Fresh ginger. Ooh, these are gonna be tasting good.
That's right. Half teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper.
We got some fresh cracked black pepper.
We got some more in the bag for you.
Yeah. How many chicken legs did it cost?
So it calls for 6 drumsticks.
Oh, but
We're gonna go ahead and
double.
We're gonna double up because we got a big family. C4. Let's go.
4 boys. Let's go.
1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, lightly toasted,
Ooh, I didn't get those out yet, but I will find
do
those
have
before
those.
we start cooking.
and a few pinches of chopped fresh parsley.
Also in the refrigerator. Okay, we'll be back to show you how we're gonna put this together.
That's it. So now we're gonna begin by assembling our marinade. I'll start with the honey, because that way when you put in the balsamic vinegar, it'll kind of wash out the rest of the honey. We're gonna go with the 1/2 cup since we're doubling our recipe. Go ahead and squeeze that bottle real good.
Carson, how'd you find this recipe?
So,
Excuse you.
since I've become a little, oh, sorry, excuse me. So I actually found this recipe just scrolling through my TikTok account, looking for some funny videos to watch, and all of a sudden, this TikToker who makes cooking videos had it on his TikTok.
So we are trying the TikTok recipe today.
Sweet and spicy.
So you did the honey first.
Yeah.
And
so
now,
we kind of ran out, but
what are you doing there?
balsamic vinegar, 1/2 cup.
And that's doubled. So the
Right.
recipe called for 1/4 cup. I'd fill that all the way to the top because you got a lot of chicken legs. Why don't you hold it over your bowl while you pour it? That way, if you spill, it goes in the bowl.
Alright.
You know, us mamas, we can't stop telling you what to do. We got our balsamic.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and scrape that out with the spatula.
Get any leftover honey that was in there. You think that's what makes the sweet and sticky drumsticks the sticky part?
Absolutely.
Very good. Okay, what else after the,
So next we move on to our brown sugar. Packed.
what is packed when you talk about brown sugar? What does that mean?
Simple. So packed, what you wanna do, take your scoop and fill it as full as you can get it. So
Okay.
there's an overflow. Take that overflow and go ahead and push it into the cup, packing it down into a shape.
Very good, tight as possible.
Right.
So like with flour, you scrape off the excess. When you pack the brown sugar in, you're packing it down. I think
Right.
that might be the
Ah.
sweet in your sweet and sticky.
Yeah. Alright, next the soy sauce. The recipe calls for a tablespoon. So we are gonna double that.
You want to share with everybody the difference between the teaspoon and the tablespoon? Because Carson has learned this while
I
cooking.
have learned this. So a teaspoon is for like tea. So it's like a little smaller, just like a little bit of sugar, you know. And a tablespoon is for like big chefs like myself, and for bigger meals, you know.
But when they write it on the recipe, how do you tell the difference? Do you remember
I
that?
do remember that. So a teaspoon is going to be a lowercase t, whereas a tablespoon is going to be a big capital T.
Now you're not using the 4 tablespoons. You're
That's
not
right.
measuring it out. What are you using
That's right.
there?
So I'm actually using a 1/4 cup because it's the equivalent to 4 tablespoons.
Very good. So we've been learning some things about the different measuring
Go ahead and
in the
dump that in
kitchen.
there.
Bam.
Next, you're gonna take your garlic. You need garlic cloves for this recipe. It calls for 3, but we're gonna go ahead and double that to 6. So we're gonna take our garlic cloves. You can do 2 at a time if you're an OG like myself. And you're gonna go ahead and press them in here like this.
Nice.
Then you take a knife and you just slice it off like that.
Looking good.
Oh yeah.
So you got 6 of those to do.
Yep. I might even go for 3. So this is a good recipe for like a cookout or football games, tailgating.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like wings on a Sunday afternoon?
And the chicken legs are relatively inexpensive. It's good on a college budget. Most of the ingredients we had on hand, we had to grab some ginger from the store, but everything else we could find in our pantry.
So next, a teaspoon of cracked black pepper.
It calls for a half.
Right. So we're going full tea.
Awesome.
And then you mix with a whisk. What you want to do is get that brown sugar going. Go up and down, up and down.
You got to add your
No,
ginger.
no. Circle the whisk.
Oh,
Whisk.
circle the wrist
That's right.
with the whisk.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna come back in a minute and watch you prep that ginger to go in there.
All right, so now we're gonna prep our ginger and add it to our marinade. So go ahead and start off by cutting up a chunk off of your ginger and then flipping it on its side to cut off the skin. Cut it at an angle to get the most skin off.
You're getting the skin, but leaving your ginger intact. Very nice job, Carson.
Right. Kind of went for that 8-point cut. But that's okay. And then go ahead and chop it.
You're slicing.
Slice it.
And you're being really careful with the knife not to get your
finger.
Yeah, keep your fingers out of the
Yeah,
way.
watch out.
These knives are sharp. We don't want to see anybody cut their finger.
We don't. All right. And then go ahead and stack it up and go for another cut, another slice. We call this slicing and dicing.
It's a little dicey, Carson with a knife.
It is a bit dicey.
And then you're going the other direction. You get that ginger good and minced, and it smells good too, doesn't it?
It does smell good.
It's very fragrant, and we're gonna call that our 2 tablespoons. It
Right.
might be a little under,
Ginger is very potent.
and we weren't sure about the younger guys and how much they would go for that flavor.
Scrape it into your tablespoon, capital T. And dump in your marinade.
Then we're gonna whisk it all up.
Whisk with the wrist.
Oh, and one thing we forgot to tell people they needed when they do this recipe was
1 gallon Ziploc if you're going for the simple recipe. If you're doubling, go 2 large gallon Ziplocs.
we fit all of our ones we prepped ahead of time in the refrigerator into one bag though. So it'll hold a gallon will hold a whole tray of chicken legs. And there's our chicken legs waiting to get into the marinade.
So now we take our chicken legs and our Ziploc and we start placing them in one by one.
You are trained well.
That way you don't spill any or have any unnecessary overflows. Open your bag a little bit. You might want to ask a family member or a buddy to help you out, but since there's no one around. Alright, we got a multitasker over here.
Ooh, there it goes. Your ginger, everything. You're gonna have to come back and get some of that brown sugar and
What you want to do
scrape
is
that in there.
grab a spatula so you can get everything.
All your seasoning into the bag. You don't want to miss any.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna seal that up tight. And how long do these need to sit?
So you want to marinate the legs for about 8 hours or overnight.
Okay, so Carson's gonna seal those up. Get them ready to go into the fridge. Check and make sure it's
Seal 'em,
sealed.
Make sure there's no holes. Give it a little shake. Shake and bake, Rick and Bobby.
There you go, and we will check on them.
What you want to do is grab a tray. Do we have one? Grab some type of tray that you can place in, just to ensure the safety of your fridge from any unnecessary spills.
Yeah, there's a lot of sticky stuff in there.
It also allows the wings to lay flat. Take it to your fridge and
In it goes.
let it go and let it sit for 8 hours. Welcome back to Cooking with C4. While I was waiting for my oven to preheat, I went ahead and toasted our sesame seeds to a golden brown. Now it's time to put our chicken in the oven. I'm gonna head to the fridge to pull out our marinated chicken.
How long did you marinate that for, Carson?
About 10 hours overnight, so it's nice and ready. What we're gonna do is take out our chicken while preserving our sauce. To do this, I recommend standing it up tall and then squeezing the chicken out like this. Just kind of plopping it on the tray. We have our wings and our legs. There's still some in there, so go ahead and do that process
Reach
one
in
more time.
and get it.
I mean, yeah, you can do that. If you want to get dirty. There you go. 2 more.
And one.
1 more. Already. Kind of lay them out nice so they're evenly cooked. Make sure they don't fall through. We lay tin foil underneath to catch the drip. After they're evenly placed, go ahead and take your tray into the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Put it on the middle shelf. And close it up. We're gonna let that cook for 25 minutes. Next, take your excess sauce and pour it into a saucepan, as seen. And take it over to your stove and bring it to a boil. Usually takes about 15 minutes or until the sauce is thickened. Go ahead and stir it.
Why is it important to bring it to a
It's
boil?
important because of the possible salmonella and other diseases in the chicken.
Raw chicken,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
So you want to simmer that good, and then what are you gonna do with it?
Then we're gonna brush it onto our chicken.
Awesome.
So after your chicken is cooked for 25 minutes, go ahead and remove it from the oven.
Ooh, there's hot pads right behind you, because that's hot at 400.
And find a plate.
Safety first.
That's right. Go ahead and get your mitts on. Remove your chicken, find a safe place to put it so we can add that sauce.
So your puppy dog doesn't get any.
Close off, oven closed. Take your sauce off stove.
You need the hot pads?
Yeah, just leave one right there. Alright, you grab your brush, stir it up one more time, and apply the marinade. For the first coat, we're gonna go pretty heavy. Don't turn off your oven because we're going back.
I think for this part we can have to speed it up. It's good, you're cooking it all. You're putting 1 or 2 coats on them, Carson. Sorry, for this part we can just like speed it up so that way we don't have to do anything. Just gonna like stir it up. But yeah, we're pretty heavy.
Alright, so now take your chicken back to the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, the middle shelf. Uh-oh. Yeah, place that bad boy on there. And our 15 minutes have passed, so we're gonna pull our chicken. Uh-oh. You place it somewhere safe. And then marinate one more time. So now put your wings back in the oven for 5 minutes. Now let's pull our chicken for the final time. That looks good.
Ooh. Ah.
Place it somewhere safe. We're gonna add our toasted sesame seeds.
How long did you toast those sesame seeds for?
About 10 minutes.
Very good.
You may have left them in a little too long. It tastes good. Okay. Then we're gonna add a little bit of parsley for the final touch.
Ooh, Carson. That looks wonderful. Think it's good enough to eat?
I would say so.
Then let's hit it.